There are great scorers in basketball. And then there's Kevin Durant, a 7-footer who moves like a guard, shoots like a sniper, and scores with a smoothness that makes the game look effortless. But despite being one of the most dominant offensive players the game has ever seen, Kevin Durant's legacy is complicated. Is he the best scorer of his generation? Absolutely. Is he an all-time great? Without a doubt. But why isn't he talked about like LeBron, Jordan, or Kobe? Why is he constantly questioned, criticized, and underrated in GOAT conversations? Today, we're breaking down the career of Kevin Durant, the unstoppable force, the misunderstood superstar, and the player who changed the way basketball is played forever. Before we get into it, if you enjoy deep basketball breakdowns like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Kevin Wayne Durant was born in Washington, D.C. and raised in Prince George's County, Maryland. If you know anything about PG County, you know it's a basketball factory. KD was surrounded by talent from a young age, playing AAU with future NBA stars like Michael Beasley and Ty Lawson. He was tall, lanky, and obsessed with getting better. He grew up idolizing Vince Carter. By high school, Durant was already a national sensation. He was the number 2 ranked player in his class behind Greg Oden, a player once viewed as the next great big man. But while Oden's career would be cut short by injuries, Durant's journey was just getting started. KD took his talents to the University of Texas for one season, and he dominated. He averaged 25.8 points, 11.1 rebounds, and became the first freshman in history to win the Naismith College Player of the Year award. Everyone knew he was a generational scorer, but there was one problem. Durant was ridiculously skinny, measuring in at 6 feet 10 inches but only around 215 pounds. Some scouts thought he was too weak to survive in the NBA. In fact, at the 2007 NBA Draft Combine, Durant couldn't even bench press 185 pounds, a moment that had analysts questioning if he'd get bullied by stronger players. Portland ended up taking Greg Oden with the number 1 overall pick, and with the number 2 pick, the Seattle Supersonics selected Kevin Durant. What happened next? Oden played 105 total NBA games before injuries ended his career. Durant? Well, he became one of the most dominant scorers the game has ever seen. Durant wasted no time proving the doubters wrong. In his rookie season, he averaged 20.3 points per game, joining LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony as the only teenagers in history to average over 20. By his 3rd season, KD led the entire NBA in scoring at just 21 years old, becoming the youngest scoring champion in league history. At this point, Durant was different from any player the league had seen. A nearly 7-foot guard with elite ball handling, shooting, and finishing ability? That wasn't normal. He continued to dominate in Oklahoma City, teaming up with Russell Westbrook and James Harden to form one of the most exciting young teams in the NBA. In 2012, OKC made the NBA Finals against LeBron James and the Miami Heat. Durant averaged 30.6 points per game on insane 54.8% shooting, but OKC fell short. Still, it was clear KD was a superstar. Over the next few years, he won 4 scoring titles, and in 2014, he finally won NBA MVP. It was during that MVP speech where KD gave the world an unforgettable moment. "Mom, you're the real MVP." A humble, hardworking, likable superstar. But in just a few years, that perception would change completely. In 2016, Durant was at a crossroads. He and the Thunder had just blown a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. And then, the biggest decision of his career happened. Kevin Durant left OKC and signed with the Warriors. This wasn't just any Warriors team. This was the 73-9 Warriors, the team that had just set the record for most wins in a single season. The backlash was immediate. Fans burned his jerseys. Analysts called it the weakest move by a superstar ever. And suddenly, the guy who was once beloved became basketball's biggest villain. But here's the thing. The move worked. Durant wasn't just a role player on those Warriors teams. He was their best player. He won back-to-back NBA championships in 2017 and 2018, winning Finals MVP both times. His 2017 NBA Finals performance was legendary. 35.2 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, 5.4 assists on insane efficiency. In Game 3, he hit one of the most iconic shots in Finals history, a cold-blooded dagger over LeBron to seal the game. The Warriors were unstoppable with KD, but no matter how dominant he was, his championships never felt fully respected. People said he took the easy way out, that he needed Steph, Klay, and Draymond to win, and whether it was fair or not, that narrative stuck with him. But KD's story wasn't finished yet. By 2019, Kevin Durant was at the peak of his powers. The Warriors were chasing a three-peat, and Durant was playing some of the best basketball of his career. But in the Western Conference semifinals against the Houston Rockets, everything changed. Durant pulled up for a jumper, landed, and immediately grabbed his right calf. It didn't look too bad at first, but he missed the rest of the series and the entire Western Conference Finals. Then, in Game 5 of the NBA Finals against the Toronto Raptors, Durant made his comeback, and for 12 minutes he looked unstoppable. 11 points, 3 for 3 from deep. It was like he never left. But then, disaster struck. Durant tried to drive past Serge Ibaka, planted his foot, and his Achilles gave out. He fell to the floor holding his leg. The entire arena went silent. That was it. Kevin Durant was out for a year. The Warriors lost the series, and just like that, their dynasty was over. While recovering, KD made another shocking move. He left the Warriors and signed with the Brooklyn Nets. Teaming up with Kyrie Irving, the plan was clear: build a new super team in Brooklyn. The next season, the Nets added James Harden, creating one of the most terrifying big threes in NBA history. And for a brief moment, it looked like Brooklyn was unbeatable. But then, injuries, drama, bad luck. Kyrie Irving missed most of the 2021 playoffs due to injury. James Harden played hurt and was never the same. In Game 7 against the Bucks, Durant hit what should have been a game-winning three, but his foot was on the line. Instead of a win, the game went to overtime, and Brooklyn lost. The next season, more chaos. Harden forced his way out. Kyrie was in and out of the lineup due to vaccine mandates, and when the 2022 playoffs came, the Nets were swept by the Celtics. Suddenly, the super team was falling apart. By mid-2023, both Kyrie and Durant were traded. KD landed in Phoenix, teaming up with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Despite all the controversy, Kevin Durant's impact on basketball is undeniable. We're talking about a 7-foot forward who moves like a guard, shoots like a sniper, and changed the way big men play the game. Before Durant, most 7-footers played in the post. After Durant, guys like Giannis, Jason Tatum, and Victor Wembanyama started playing like perimeter stars. As Isaiah Thomas once said, the next generation of big men will all be compared to Kevin Durant. Think about it. If Durant never existed, would we see 7-footers shooting pull-up threes and handling the ball like guards? Would positionless basketball even exist at this level? His influence is everywhere. Jason Tatum modeled his offensive game after KD up. Brandon Ingram called baby KD for years. Giannis, Wembanyama, Porzingis, all unicorns, all inspired by Durant. Even Durant's peers respect his greatness. LeBron James once said, "He's just out of this world talent." Kobe Bryant, "I retired without really being able to figure out how I can stop him." His resume speaks for itself. Two-time NBA champion, two-time Finals MVP, 2014 MVP, 4-time scoring champion, 15-time All-Star, 11th All-NBA team, top 10 on the all-time scoring list, and he's still not finished. So where does Durant rank all time? He's got the rings, the stats, the records, and the respect of his peers, but his legacy? It's complicated. Some fans will always see him as the guy who took the easy way out. Others will say he's one of the most talented players ever, but not a leader. And then there are those who know the truth. Kevin Durant is one of the greatest to ever do it. And when it's all said and done, his scoring ability, influence, and dominance will make him one of the most unforgettable players in NBA history. So, where do you rank Kevin Durant all time? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more legendary basketball stories. Until next time.